Well, let's hope the magic works. Okay, which camera can you see me on? Okay, so everyone, Carol, can you just give me a thumbs up? Can you see me on this one? Right, good. Good evening, everyone. Sorry to keep you waiting there. This is Caroline Stalker, Regional Vice President and Independent Consultant with Arbonne, doing our Wells and McCarthy Nation Training, 17th of June. How exciting is that? It is absolutely incredible. How has it been 17th of June already? We are nearly halfway through the year. We're so excited. This business is in massive momentum. We're about to start our amazing HV Great group, and it's going to be just the next few months are going to be absolutely incredible. So we're going to do some quick recognition and some bits of communication stuff for everyone, and then we're going to jump into some training this evening about meeting new people and promoting our businesses, which is going to be hopefully really exciting and good for everyone. So we're going to just, hopefully I've got a little bit of excitement here. I'm going to try and share my screen on my other computer. So let me just check if this looks like it works. Now, hang on a minute. If I do this, let me see what people can see. Right, can you see? Okay, looks good. Right, excellent. Carol's giving me the thumbs up. So I will put this one onto. Okay, good. Right, so can you both hear me and see me, Carol? Excellent news. Right. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen on this. So here we are, 17th of June, McCarthy and Wells Monday night training by me, Caroline Stalker. Okay, so first of all, here we go. Whoops, we've got our new independent consultants. Massive, massive welcome to the team. Super excited you've joined at an incredible time, and this is a brilliant, brilliant business. So congratulations and welcome. I'm not going to run through everyone who you're sponsored by, but just to quickly shout out on the names, we've got Sarah Loddick, Andrew Marchant, Susie Riley, Lorraine Wood Capelli, Stuart Norman, Jane Halliday, Samantha Dimitriou, Lorna Collins, Kalina Dimitriov, and Becky Sheriff, Emma Wilson, Sarah Jury, Ruth O'Brien, Amy Gibson, Noreen Glaves, Rowena Houchin, and Lindsay Fieldhouse. Well done, all of you, and welcome to this incredible company. So, yay! Super, super happy that you've joined. Okay, we're just going to really quickly run through this because some of these are things we do cover each week, but just to give you a bit of a reminder of things that happen online. So everyone hopefully knows, if you're new, speak to your sponsor. We've got these incredible activities, and this is a really key part of what we do to run smoothly and to help each of you. So don't forget, every night of the week we want to be inviting prospects or clients or potential clients onto each of these. So Monday night obviously is where we are now, team training every single month, every single week, and then once a month we are face-to-face for nation training. These Monday night calls are super important. Everyone who is building a business and is going to be successful in their business is going to be getting on these calls. If you need to catch up, you obviously can on Zoom, but it's so much better to get on them live. Tuesday night, success stories in the Hello Future. Wednesday night, live Discover Arbor in the Hello Future. Thursday, 30 days overview of our nutrition plan in the 30 days information group, don't forget. And then Friday, product favourites. So it's training on a different favourite products every single week. So these are where people are giving up their time voluntarily to do these trainings, and it is super important to jump on these, to be supporting it, for you to be learning, and for you to be sharing these with potential clients and prospects. They are there for our benefit. Okay, then obviously we've got our, now it's a standard thing we've been doing now for about a year or so, so our 30 days coaching support group. We didn't used to have this last year. This is amazing. Again, we've got people giving up their time, health coaches, to do this on our behalf and to help the people that we have brought in to do the 30 days program. First and third Monday of each month. So we've got Jennifer Carey and I can't think who doing the one which the main group started today, 17th of June, and then the next one will start, I think I worked out as the 1st of July, hopefully. So that is brilliant. Obviously, then we've got the rolling 7-day body cleanse group, starts every Monday. The body cleanse is a really good thing to do with people if they're not yet ready for the next step of the 30 days. I've tried to blow this up so hopefully you can see it a bit better. We've got regular DAs, obviously all across the country. These are ones that are particularly relevant to our teams. So we've got first Wednesday of every month in Hastings, second Monday in Stamford, in Nottingham, we'll cover that in a minute, third Wednesday in Peterborough, again we'll talk about the Camborne one in a moment, and also the Leicester one. So these are regular, every month, month in, month out. Put them in your diary. Oh, Caxton not on anymore, says Carol. Yeah, sorry about that, let me just get that. don't we? Okay, very quickly then. Kettering Discover Arbon, next one, 18th of June. That's tomorrow. And then after that, 16th of July. Nottingham, I think we're just going to talk about, the next one. So the next one is, oops, that's it. I have to put this, got my photos now because I can't see it. So the next one is, in fact, the 11th of July, which is this big Discover Arbon here in Nottingham with Carly Mayers, who is amazing, and that'll be a great Discover Arbon to get along to. And we've also got the nutrition talk beforehand. We've then got Leicester, next one in 20th of June, and that's Thursday of this week. Do not forget, if you do normally go to the Leicester ones, that is at the new venue in the Premier Inn, Leicester Forest East. It's such a big popular DA, that one. The San Diego one, I'm just coming to Claire. Let's just see. Here we go. Oh no. Oh yes, you're quite right. No, I didn't mention it, did I? Here we go. So if anyone is around Nottingham, we've got tomorrow in San Diego. And I think that's got Jade, isn't it, going along to that as well. Jade, amazing, given that she's about 10 minutes away from having a baby. Thank you very much for coming up to do that one. Well done, Jade. Try not to have the baby in the DA. Okay, then we've got Arbon Derby, next one coming up 26th of June. So these, again, like I've always done my business around putting these in my diary and then trying to, oh, she's 10 minutes away, is she? Oh, well, there you go. So trying to then always get along to these every single month. We always say, obviously, it's on our tracker, get along to a DA either with or without guests because it's so important for your development as well. Okay, then we've got Northampton, 3rd of July is the next one. Hang on. Then we've got the Fenland DA in Eastry Centre with Kelly, Holly and Michelle. Next one of those is 29th of June. Oh, this one hasn't come out very well. This is the one in Camborne, in fact, with Carol and Danielle Copolaro, 12th of July. Okay, then we go on to some of our incredible incentives. So this is for everyone who listened to the farmer, the Sowing the Seeds farmer call with Jerry and Rosenthal, our incredible coach that Danny and Fiona are kindly paying hundreds of pounds for us to have these amazing coaching sessions. So do not miss these. If you haven't listened to the original call with Jerry, speak to your upline and make sure you can get a copy of it to listen to, find the link for it. That was an amazing call, really, really helpful. And obviously we've now got an incredible incentive that we've got another call booked in with Jerry, again, paid for by Dan and Fiona. But in order to get on that call, you need to sponsor 2 business builders in June. This is the sort of thing that will absolutely propel your business. It's just getting us in the habit of having conversations with people about the business, bringing people on board, and it'll set us up for the 8 to be great for you to be able to promote or to help people within your team promote over the summer period. So don't forget this fireside chat with Jerry. I'm just looking there, sorry, at what Danny's, I can't quite see the chat very well. I'll come back to that in a minute, Danny. Okay, so that'd be brilliant. Then, obviously, Leadership Academy. We are now 19 days away from Leadership Academy. In fact, 18 days now, because we've had today. I am like literally beside myself with excitement. The team is fired up that are organising this. We have got so many lovely little surprises and special things for you. It is going to be absolutely incredible. The speakers have been working their socks off to create incredible speeches. It is going to be absolutely amazing. Thank you also to, I know there's quite a few people around the nation who have proactively offered to come and help with this, help set things up, take on little roles on the day, and that is massively appreciated. So thank you so, so much. I'm massively excited. The other really exciting thing is that today, some of you will have seen that we have just launched a virtual ticket. Oh my God, so for £10 only, if you haven't been able to get a ticket already, so we are unfortunately sold out at the moment, and we have got a waiting list, so if there ends up being a problem you absolutely can't go, then do let me know, because we have got a couple of people on the waiting list. But otherwise, we've got all these incredible people, but do the virtual. If you can't be there in person for childcare reasons, or because you're in another country, or because you're working, so that'll be a Facebook group, closed Facebook, you'll be entered into the Facebook group, and then you'll be able to access all the trainings. We'll be doing lots of videos, making it really interactive, making it fun, making you feel part of the day, so you're absolutely part of our nation, even if you can't get on the day. So jump on board. You can go on the booking link is on the Do More Be More page now, and it's £10 only, so that's very exciting. The other thing, which is also very exciting, is that some of you have bought tickets for the raffle when you bought your ticket, and we are super excited because I'm going to put tomorrow on the Do More some information about what the raffle prizes are, but we have got some incredible prizes. We've had some amazing prizes donated by the Charitable Foundation, and we really, really want to be able to support them. So we're actually going to put on sale as well, using that same link. We're going to put the raffle prize link, so you can buy more tickets to be into that raffle. So I think our main prize is going to be, it's like £350 worth of products, something crazy like that. So I know there's a whole RE9 set, a bag of protein, some beers, some bottles, and yeah, that what Danny's just put on there, I was about to come to. You can, what we've decided is we're going to let you open that up to your clients so that they can buy those raffle tickets too. They're only £1.15, I think. I put them on there for weird amount, just because of like PayPal charges and stuff. We don't want to diddle the charity, so you can open this out to your clients, and then if we can organise just exactly how you're going to buy those. But the nice thing about that will be it gives obviously promotes what we're doing. It gives you an opportunity to talk about the I'll just answer that in a minute, Claire. Yeah, it gives you a chance to talk about the Charitable Foundation with your clients, which is great because we all know that people are really positive and supportive about companies that are doing charitable activity. So that's really important. It's also a great opportunity for people to jump on, to get really excited about what we're doing. And the raffle tickets, you just follow the same link that's going to be, it's on the Do More Be More, which is the one that you've all used to buy your tickets, and it's one that Caroline put the post on today about the virtual. So if you go in through that same link, you'll see there's one that just says raffle tickets, and then I'll have your number and your name and everything, and then before the day we'll be putting all the raffle tickets, obviously that we've taken in advance of the day, into a you know, the raffle box, whatever we're going to call it, and then on the day we'll also have those available as well. So that is going to be brilliant. Do not miss that because it's such good training it's going to be, and it's just a lovely way to feel really like buzzed up and part of the team. So I'm really excited. I'll stop talking about that. I'll get too excited otherwise. Okay, Nation Training, 5th of August. You probably, I'm hoping that everyone has that in their diary. You should have all the dates for these in your diary from now till the end of the year. So then no one ever books anything else on that day or says they haven't got childcare, because we've always got those in our diary. 5th of August, face-to-face in Stamford. If you can't get there, obviously we can do it on, you know, we can do the Zoom. Otherwise, it's so nice to be in the room with people. This obviously is our 3 monthly special training where we have our quarterly incentive meal. So some of you will already know that you've already earned this meal, so in which case try and make sure that you can get there if you possibly can. So you need to have achieved in the 3 months prior to the meal, you need to promote to the next level, or you need to do your DM bonus or Roger Bannister Awards Achiever in 2 out of the 3 months. So if you think you're going to do that this month and complete that and achieve the meal, then absolutely make sure that's in your diary. So that's going to be really exciting. Oh, we've got everything coming out of our ears at the moment. So Danny, bless her heart, paid for, didn't even win, paid for and won in the silent auction at GTC, it was, wasn't it? A call with Vicky Beckett, and she very, very kindly has Monday the 5th of August is the bank holiday. I can't quite remember what's happening with that. Okay, so Vicky Beckett is doing a very special call for. She is the general manager of the UK and the rest of Europe, so in Poland. She is an incredible woman, and it is so good to have profile with her and to hear what she's got to say about where we're going strategically with the organisation. So do try to jump on that. I know it is daytime. We will presumably try to record it, and otherwise, but if you can get on, I'd massively recommend getting on that. Okay, so we've got some incredible Part 1 achievers, 500 PQ. You are amazing. So this is people who are absolutely smashing it, getting their business started. So we're super proud of all of you. So we've got Joelle Woolley, Emma Freeman, Amy Judge, Vicky Wright, Leanne Pallett, Bozina Bobsbury. Oh God, that's really bad, Esmeralda. I'm terribly sorry. I can't remember how to pronounce her name. I'm so sorry. Hochjudge. Marianne Oliver, Rowena Thomas, Dawn Lyons, Andrew Danby, Rachel Kane, Mega Pathak, and Sonia Wright. Then district manager bonus already. Super excited. Emma Lee, going to complete area this month. We're so proud of you. Yo. Okay. And then area manager bonus, Danny Wells. Always leading from the front, is she not? Danny Wells, sponsored by RVP, Laura Leggett, area bonus. Well done. 20,000 QBs in your central area. Okay, all that mascara, exactly. Now, this is really exciting. We've got a lot of Roger Bannisters this month, which I'm really proud of, really excited about, because these are people who are smashing in their area and who are really going for this. So Nikki Marchant is already area manager, like Rogered her area, which is great. Emma Roger Vance in her district, and we've also got Donna Rice and Kelly Mesurit, Jane Williams and Gabby Young all having Rogers, which is amazing. So we'll be watching this space for them to be going to the next level. Okay, promotions. We've got a couple of new district manager in qual, Vicky Wright and Marina Thomas. Well done. Congratulations to you. Okay, so on to our training. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, if I can work out how to. Stop share. Here we go. Right, I'm going to try and work out. Can you see me? Am I talking through this camera? Okay, Carol says yes. Oh dear, anyone can do our phone, can't they? I had this crisis at literally 5 to 9 where I couldn't work out why my sound wasn't working, so I had to go onto another computer. Okay, so now some of you have seen me train before, and I've often had quite complicated slide decks and stuff like that. So I thought today we're going to go no slides, but I have been trained by my lovely mentor, Danny Wells. So I have got a whiteboard. Hooray! Danny's laughing. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to train this evening very quickly. What's the time now? Okay. On meeting new people. Danny's got her whiteboard. Yours, mine's bigger than yours, Danny. Look. So we're going to, which is a really important. Oh, what's just happened there? Hang on a minute. Oh, there we go. Okay, which is a really important part of what we do in this business. So it's the second skill in the GoPro thing about like the 7 skills that you need to be a network marketing professional, and it is so important, but it's also something that people find really difficult, in my experience, to do in this business, and they get really confused about how hard it is to meet new people. And I'm always like, meeting new people is absolutely dead easy. I meet new people all the time. My literal problem is keeping up with all the new people I meet. I just meet too many new people. So I just want to give you a little bit of information and a little bit of guidance from my experience of like how to meet new people and how to promote your business. So what I want you to think about is not about making loads of friends as such. I know sometimes we talk about it as making new friends, but I just want you to take you back and just remind ourselves that we're just running a business like any other business, and that businesses require them to have a product or a service, and then they people need to know that you've got that product or service. So you need to promote your business. So you need to advertise your business, tell other people you've got your business, and that is the same whether you're a hairdresser or a beautician or a personal trainer or a plumber or a sandwich shop or anything, any business whatsoever. You need to meet people and tell them that you've got a business and explain what your business is and ask them if they'd like to use your service. Like, that's a normal part of any business, and what we do is no different. And if you were a plumber or a sandwich shop or a hairdresser or a beautician or a personal trainer, you would not expect all the people who are your clients forevermore in the entire history of your business to be your close friends and family. Like, that is not how any business works. As Danny says, he's a tiler and he has to tile for all different people. And I think sometimes when people come into this business, because we call it network marketing, because we get you to write 100 lists of people you know, people start in this really small bubble of the people they know, and then find it really hard to expand out of that business and out of expand out of that little group of friends, and find it odd that somehow we're going to be finding ways to meet new people. So I suppose, like in my old business, so some of you know that I used to run baby classes, and I taught about 1,500 people over 9 years, of whom about 3 were my actual friends. And so 1,397 people came to class who were not my actual friends. So I had to go out and find the kind of people who I thought it was relevant to and would want to come to classes. So they were people who had a baby of the right age, looked like they were interested in their child's development, and had enough disposable income to be able to come to class. So I identified my target market. All businesses identify a target market, and our business is no different. So we have people who are interested in our products. Now, the thing with our one is it's quite hard to look at someone and determine whether they are interested in our products or not, because we don't know what's going on in their life. We don't know if they've got health conditions. We don't know lots of things about them, which is why we just tell a lot of people what we do. And then some of those people will be the right people that it'll be relevant for. So, but it's no different. It's a completely normal part of any business is promoting what you do, and you can choose to promote what you do in a whole range of different ways. So in my old business, I promoted primarily through doing taster sessions at baby groups, putting things in family magazines where I thought people with babies read about classes that they wanted to do, and doing baby shows, and using Facebook. Those are my primary reach out methods, and speaking to people in the cheese aisle at Tesco's. If I went around Tesco's and I didn't meet a mum with a baby that I could give a leaflet to, I was freaking disappointed. I was like, I'm going to go around again, because there must be a mum with a baby in this Tesco's who wants to come to my class. So I was like a demon. Like, my friends thought it was hilarious because I literally never went anywhere without a leaflet for my class. And if I was in a cafe or in a baby group or anywhere and I saw a mum that looked like they needed to come to class, I would literally be like, well, I'm just going to hang on a minute, because I've just got to go and speak to this lady about how they want to come to class. And that is pretty much a little bit like the way we do our business too. So what I was wanting to explain to you is something that, if you're in my team, you've seen me draw this about 100 million times. Okay, so this is how I think about our markets. So first of all, there are 550 million people in the 6 countries that we're in. So if anyone ever says to me, I've run out of people to speak to, I'm like, what? You've spoken to all 550 million people? Are you? That's quite impressive. I'm quite impressed that you found 550 million people, and out of them you haven't found 100 people who might want to be your client. Out of 550 million, that seems improbable to me. So I know that there are people out there who 100% love our products and who want to be our clients and who want to join our business. And the only question is if we look for them in the right place and in the right way. So here's my 550 million people. They're all over here. Okay, so these are people on this side that are my cold market, people I have never met before in my whole life. I don't know if you can see that. Hang on a minute. Hang on, I'll get a better pen. Just a moment. So cold market is people I have never clapped eyes on or had any dealings with in a personal way. Like, I don't know them personally. Might have seen them on the telly, but I haven't actually met them ever. So there's my cold market on this side, of whom that's most of the 550 million. Okay, and then on this side, I've got my warm market. Okay, now I reckon that most people have about 20 to 30 people that are their immediate family and friends, and their immediate family and friends. So people that you know really quite well. Oh, you got a bit of reflection. Well, Danny didn't have a reflection. I've been done. Okay, so so you've got about 550, about 20 to 30 people that you know really well. So those are your close family that you speak to and that you like, and your immediate friends who you know their names. You feel pretty happy to invite them to a party, and so on. And then beyond that, you've probably got like your B-list friends. So they are people you're sort of friendly with, and I've got reckon there's maybe 100 to 200 people. Can you see that or not really? Yeah. Okay. So I reckon most people, if you kind of expand it, your set of friends, and you think, well, they're not my main friend, and I'm not so confident to talk to them, but they are people I have met, and I do know them fairly well. So that would be like maybe 100 to 200 people that we know. Then, if you then think who are all the people I've ever met since I was born, since I went to everybody I've ever clapped eyes on at school, everyone I've ever clapped eyes on at any group I've ever been to, any exercise class, anything, my dentist, my florist, my mortgage advisor, my lady in the post office, the lady that works on the co-op. These are people who you have physically seen, but you wouldn't necessarily class as your actual close friends, and you might not be on Facebook with them, you might not really have day-to-day relationship with them, you might even not know their name, or you might remember that you once knew them 20 years ago, but you're not in contact with them now, and you're not sure if you'd recognize them. So all of these are people that you have some level of relationship with. So I usually say to my team that most people, when they start this business, they start writing their 100 list, and they're really quite confident with the first 20 to 30. Then they can rustle up a few of these ones, and then they stop, and then they panic. And after about the first 3 to 4 months of their business, they go, I've run out of people to speak to. I'm not sure who to talk to now. Because most of the people that like you start off with are these people you feel like you're really genuinely friends with. And what you then need to do is you need to start to think, actually, who are all these other people who I do genuinely know, and how can I get in contact with them so that I can start to speak to these people in a way that is sensible and normal. So most of my team and most of my clients have come from this pool down the bottom here. So they're people so to give you an example of who they are people who are quite vaguely related to me. So Angie Taylor is the district manager of my team. Angie is the wife of a person who I worked with 20 years ago at Barclays in London. Now, they did come to my wedding, but I don't think I'd really seen her for about 15 years. And then she happened to see something I've been doing on Facebook when I first started my business. We started chatting and we kind of rekindled the relationship. Laura Southern, who's a district manager in my team, was a teacher teaching the same baby classes that I was teaching, but I wouldn't have said I was friends with her, and I definitely would have been weird if I'd have just messaged her out of the blue. And somehow that kind of happened, and then I saw something she'd put on Facebook about how she was having to give up work because she was poorly and one thing and another, and it kind of went from there. But she's not like a close friend. If anyone knows Bex Clark and Gemma Mercer, who are in my team, district managers, I met Bex Clark while travelling backpacking down the west coast of Australia in 2003 and spent about 6 weeks travelling down the west coast with her, and then bought her car that she was driving around New Zealand a few weeks later in 2003, and I had no contact with her. And bearing in mind, I knew her before Facebook existed. I don't even know how Facebook knew that I was friends with her, but somehow it did, and somehow we were friends, and somehow she'd been following my journey. And then I invited her to an online party, and then somehow she wanted to join the business. So that's quite random. So these are all people who are kind of in this kind of bottom part here. And then if anyone knows Sophie Rees, Sophie isn't active in the business at the moment, but she was working her business in my team. Sophie is the second wife of a boy who I played with on the beach in France when I was 12. So these are people where I do slightly know them, but I wouldn't say they were my friends, like my close friends. Okay, so I want you, when you're thinking about this business and you're thinking about your list, to think much broader than your immediate friends, because you know millions of people. I swear every single person on this call knows hundreds of people. Like if you actually go back, queen of random, I am the queen of, but these are the people who actually love what we do, and all we need to do is think of ways to connect with some of these people in a way that is authentic and normal and nice, and not network marketing weirdo way, so that you don't just like message someone and go, hi, I've started a new business in Arbonne, would you like to join my business? Because that's the sort of thing that people think network marketing weirdos do. Okay, so what you've got to think is that I've never quite worked out what the ratios are, but let's say that let's say if it was 1 in 10 or 1 in 20 or something of people that you know who are genuinely going to be interested in Arbonne, so they've got a need that we offer a solution to, then on that basis, you'd expect 2 or 3 people from this like close people to be really genuinely interested, and the rest we can still stay friends with. It's fine. We look at them and go, oh, it'd be nice if they use Arbonne products when they're putting on their lips and stuff like that, which is horrifying, but you can still stay friends with them. Then there'd be a few here in this next group, and then there'd be loads of people down here who you do know and who would be interested, but you're not currently friends with. So I've just struck up a new old friendship with a boy who I last saw when I was 14 at school. I'm 46 now. It was quite a while ago, and somehow I made friends on Facebook through a friend. Like I do know him. He's not like a random. Like I friended a person I have been previously friends with, and now we're chatting. And he uses protein, and his son like uses protein all the time, and he's really sporty, and he doesn't really know what to do with his life, and maybe he'd be really good at the business. So anyway, so this is like your first level 1 market. Okay, then you've got your cold market. So the cold market obviously is the rest of the 555 million people. I have been planting many seeds, Danny, over the years. Okay, so in the cold market, I always think that there are 2 ways we do we kind of meet new people. So one way is that we kind of meet them reactively. So an opportunity presents itself and you happen to speak to somebody and then you make friends with them. And then the other way is that you proactively do something to allow you to meet new people. So in the cold market, hang on, I do have notes, hold on a minute. So in the cold market, so I have met people in the cold market opportunistically, I suppose, would be in the park, chatting to a random lady that's sitting next to me on the park bench. One of the AMs at the product training said that she'd met one of her district managers in the toilet, at the ladies' toilet, while washing their hands. Random school events. So today I went to my son's some kind of sports event thing, and there were 3 new people I didn't know. One was the nanny of one of the other children there, but it turns out she's actually doing a master's degree. And then there's also a guy who's a civil engineer, but he stood there and told me that he hated the civil engineering shop and he wanted to open a shop, his job, and he wanted to open a shop. And then there was the teacher who was there. So those are kind of where I didn't proactively go out of my way to meet those people, but I came away with 3 new contacts. And then shops and restaurants. So I have spoken to various people who've joined the business or become clients who were just working in a shop or restaurant. I happen to make a connection with them. I don't always sponsor, random cold call. I've had a couple of cold call people. I'm nearly sponsoring my Gusto delivery, the Gusto salesman. I'm hoping to sponsor him as well. So people just sometimes come into your life, and like, I don't necessarily present the business or the products to everyone. I present them to people who look like they've got, like, that you have a connection with, and it doesn't seem totally random. It seems like a good thing to do at that moment. Anyway, so those where I think that's opportunistic things that happen. And I think when you go through life, there are people all around us. You're walking down the street next to people, you're standing next to people in the bus stop, you're standing next to people in the queue for the whatever, a toilet or a shop or something, and you've got 2 options. Option 1 is you just sit there like in your own little zoned out world, or option 2 is you go, hi. They go, oh, it's been a long day, isn't it, or something, and just start up a conversation. So I just start up lots of conversations. It's kind of like just being nice to people. Okay, and then the other way then is proactive stuff, and that's where then you might do stalls, you might do social media posts, or you might reach out to people on social media. So at the moment I'm trying to improve my somewhat rubbish social media up to now, but now I'm getting quite a lot of people following me on Instagram, for example, and then that allows me to then go back and contact them and start up conversations. So stalls, social media posts, what else have I put? You could do leaflets, posters. I went and looked in the window of my newsagent today, and obviously the newsagent window is full of people that offer, I don't know, Weight Watchers, yoga, different things like that. So obviously that's how like normal businesses promote themselves. What else? Doing party swaps. So just proactively ringing up people that do Party Light or something and going, hi, I'm a consultant. Should we like do something together? I'm doing quite a lot at the moment of presenting to healthcare professionals. So just contacting a physio clinic and saying, can I come and present to you about what I do and see if there's something we can do and work collaboratively. You know, that's quite a good way, and you never quite know where these things will go. Networking groups, I'm having some good success in networking groups at the moment. Just stuff like that. So there's kind of lots of different ways in the cold market that you can meet new people. And I want you to think about, like, that's just completely normal. Like we've got a little booklet that comes out that is like a classes and things for babies and families. And then we've got another one which is just general local village things, plumbers and different stuff like that. And I think Fiona used to like literally go through the yellow pages and phone up people who are beauticians, personal trainers, hairdressers, gym clubs, go and do a presentation in the gym or in a tennis club. I saw one of a local Forever lady who was at a local swimming competition that my children went to. And there were like hundreds of people who like swimming and who want to be fit and healthy and improve their fitness performance. So she'd got a stall at the competition. So you can just like look for your local swimming competition, you know, your local swimming club, your local tennis club, your local rugby club, your local whatever, and see if you can go along and do a presentation there. And that's where you just need to think a little bit out of the box and think, I'm just a professional. I'm a professional health coach. Like, how shall I promote my services? So I think that's where we just need to like be a bit broader and not just be fixated on like, I just need to have these 3 friends of mine and hope that I just badger them until eventually they buy the 30 Days to Healthy Living, because that's what is like, it takes away the joy of doing the business. The joy of the business is going out and finding a lot of people to help. So if you think about like L'Oreal or any of these other big companies, they just blast it out to all and sundry until they find the people who want to do our business, like who want to be part of us. And so I would say to you, just like really, really get on that. So what you're going to do then basically, is that once you speak to all these hundreds of warm market people, thousands of warm market people, so things that I do, for example, is I'll post things on my personal profile that aren't necessarily Arbonne related, but they're things that I think would be interesting to people who might be interested in Arbonne. Like I might post about the plastic island in the sea, or a vegan cake I've made, or solar panels on the roads, or something like that. And then I watch for who likes those posts. And sometimes total randoms like those posts. And then you're narrowing down kind of the people that you speak to, because they've already got a kind of interest in the sort of things that we want. Whereas otherwise, I sometimes was saying to my team the other day, it's a bit like if you were dropping boreholes down to look for a seam of coal or a seam of gold or something under the ground, that you could put hundreds and hundreds of boreholes down, but if you hadn't looked at the geology of the ground and identify whether it was plausible that there was coal there, you could be dropping boreholes down for the rest of your life and you'd never find the seam of coal. Whereas what you need to do is you need to kind of think, where are there likely to be people who like what we do, and drop down keep asking of people. And then when you find a person who totally gets it and they're like, oh, it's amazing, I totally love this, what we do, then what you're going to do is you're going to follow the seam along, because they're likely to have other friends who also like the same sorts of things. They're likely to have other friends who probably have a similar level of disposable income, who also have a similar level of interests, values, needs, that kind of thing. And that's where you then get to this bit in the middle, which is your referred market. And this is sort of where the magic happens. This is how network marketing is designed to work. So you find the people either in your warm market or in your cold market through all these different methods. So you're going to find people who love what we do. And then obviously what you want to do is the word of mouth business bit, which is about not us necessarily doing the word of mouth, but them doing the word of mouth for you. So what you're then going to do is you can get this person, and then we're going to access their network. So these are people who are cold market to you, but they are known to the person that we've already built a relationship with. And then that's where the magic happens, because we're not selling to their friend is selling to their friends, because they're recommending. And then people are not funny with the person who's not doing the business, because they're like, well, you're making a genuine recommendation and there's no financial benefit to you, so I totally believe your recommendation. So what we then want to do is find as many ways as we can to get the referral. And this is the magic of network marketing. So what should happen then is each time we find a person, if we always let it stop there, we never go anywhere with our network. So the network needs to flow from the person that you found who loves what we do. So you find each of these people here, and you found one person, you're like, now here's the magic, because that person is going to open the door to umpteen hundreds and hundreds of other people without me having to really do anything. Like, that's how this should work. Okay, so what you're going to do then is we need to find a way to get, let's say, each of these people that we found to refer to at least 5 more people. And then each of those people we need to then build a relationship with. And then they then, at that point, cease to be cold markets. Suddenly they're your friends. So, I mean, I'm sure Danny and the other people who've been doing this business for longer than me, I've got umpteen people now who, when I actually stop and think about it, they were cold market, but now they feel like they're my friends because now I've made them friends. And I think there's a brilliant training on the source about warming up your cold market. So these people then become my friends and start to use the products. And then they, or just refer me, even if they don't use the product, they can still refer me. So then they refer me to their friends. And then they refer me to their friends. And then that's kind of where the magic goes, because you're following the seam of gold or the seam of coal or whatever into other people's networks. And then the same wants to happen across to here. And then literally, if you can manage to get this to work, you've got more people than you could ever want to speak to, because it's like you'd have a crazy number. Because if you found 20 people in each of your warm market and your cold market who love what we do, then the ones, if they can then do the referral, that's where the magic is to create the referral. So that's where group events, either face-to-face or online, are incredible, because they allow you to really easily meet new people. It's a doddle to tick your, added 2 new names to my list if you do a group event every week, because you're meeting another 5 people, another 10 people all through each of those events. So that's kind of where you want to be, like making new things. And then other things that you can do is, obviously nearly all companies like Bowden, and I don't know, I'm just thinking about all companies that I know, they'll periodically give you a referral voucher. So they'll say, like EE sent me one about, if you can find another person who wants to also have an EE phone, then we'll give you £5 off, and we'll give them £5 off. So all normal companies do this to get referrals, because word of mouth, as everyone knows, is the best possible way. So you want to be giving people referrals, incentivizing them to make referrals, incentivizing them to add people that they know to your client group or to your page. And also, if you've got a Facebook business page rather than a group, obviously what you want is to create posts where people engage with it, because when they engage with your post appears on their Facebook feed, and then their friends like your page, even though you don't know their friends, and then you can then go back and engage with their friends. And that's what I did a lot of with my old business, was doing posts that were nothing really to do with the business, but they were interesting and amusing, and they created engagement on the page, and then people would engage with it, and then I got new likes. And then periodically I used to pay like 20 quid or something to then do a sponsored post. And I know we don't do that much because mostly we don't need to, but that is an option of obviously things that you can do, is to maybe do a sponsored one every now and again, to if you've got a lot of likes on your business page but you can't engage them. You can do, if you do that, is that you can send a sponsored post on your business page to people who like the page and people who like the page's friends. So you've got to think about what you're going to do, how you're going to make something that's actually going to create engagement, but it is something that you can do. Anyway, and so this is kind of basically what we need to do, is we need to try and find ways to then create, finding people within our warm market, people within our cold market, and then once we've found them, we hang on to them like there's no tomorrow, and we love on them. And that's what Danny's really good with her client group, and with the way she interacts with her clients, is that one, and I know, like, obviously Fiona built up a massive client base, didn't you, at the beginning part of your business, by finding clients and then loving on those clients. And that's where the word of mouth works. So I know sometimes, if you know of anyone else who's self-employed, sometimes I'll speak to someone and I'll go, well, where do you find your clients? And they just go, well, it's all word of mouth. I don't really have to do anything, because I've found the first few, and then the one refers to the next, refers to the next, refers to the next. That's how like a good plumber works, isn't it? Or a good tiler, or a good tradesperson, that you ideally want to never have to advertise your business, because you're doing such a good job and loving on your clients so well that they're referring you to other people. So I know that was a bit of a whistle stop tour, but this is something that I've just drawn over and over again with people in my team, to try and help them to understand, like, how is the best way to visualize this, and then think of ways to engage with all the different people. And that's where then we have to use our skills and our intuition and our just being good with people to think about what's the best way for each individual person to engage with them, so that they feel loved on and wanting to engage with us, rather than thinking that we're a weirdo, which is mostly kind of building a relationship first. So there we go. What's Carol saying, the lady? I cannot really see the chat. I'll have a look at the moment. So if you haven't already got a 100 list, you're going to go away and redo your 100 list. And I want you to think about, imagine you were emigrating to Australia and you're going to have a leaving party. And you're going to have a leaving party that was all the people you could fit into your house. So for most people, all the people who could fit into your house is like your immediate, like your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your uncle and aunt, and your immediate friends. So maybe 10 friends or something. Then you think, I'm going to go emigrate to Australia. I'm going to have a leaving party, and I'm going to have it in the local village hall that has 200 people. So I'll open it up to my B-list friends, who are the people who are quite friendly with, but not as friendly as the other people. And don't worry, conceptually, doesn't matter if they're far away or if they're close by, but they're just all the people who you would fit in if they'd come from a long way away. 100 to 200 people that you'd have in your house. And then you'd think, right, I'm going to have a party where I'm going to emigrate to Australia, and I'm going to invite every single person I've ever met since I was born. And then you can start to think about a bit more broadly about who are all the people I went to school with in every class, all the people I've ever been to a sports class with, every professional that I've ever interacted with in any kind of capacity, every shopkeeper I've ever interacted with, everyone. And don't presuppose whether you still are in contact with them or not. Just think, these are all people I have some level of relationship, and could I find a way to be in contact with them, which is not weird. like a nice, sensible way in which I could like rekindle an old relationship in a fun and fully authentic and lovely way. Because the fun bit about this is you get to revive a whole load of old friendships that you thought were dead and gone, which is really amazing. So I'm currently friends now with a boy who I was in a physics class with when I was 15. I am the king of random, Jacqueline. And this boy was really naughty when he was at school, and he was in right pain in rear end. And then I friended him through another friend that came up on Facebook. You might know this guy, Magnus Thompson. And I was like, oh, and I was like, in my mind, he was still 14. But then I looked at the picture. That particular physics class was only boys. It was me and one other girl. It was a nightmare, Jacqueline. Anyway, this boy I wasn't even friends with. Then I looked on his Facebook page, and he's like a grown man with 2 children. And he's turned into a grown-up, which is hilarious, obviously. So I write to him, and I go, hi, Magnus, this is so bizarre. By the power of Facebook, we're now friends, and you've turned into a grown-up. And isn't that bizarre? Because I thought you were still 14 or something like that. And then it transpires that he's got some proper job. He lives in New York with his wife, who has got some hotshot job in a really upmarket premium cosmetics business. And they've got 2 children, but she works really too hard. So you just never know, do you? How people, life changes. And some of the people you weren't necessarily friends with before might have grown up as well and become a different person. So that's the thing. So go out there, think about your list as broadly as you possibly can, and think, who are all these other new people that perhaps I didn't actually think about, and maybe I could think about them, and start contacting them and start building friendships and relationships, because some of them take a while to mature as well. So if you friend them now, in another year or 2 years or 3 years, you'll be friends with them, and then it won't be weird anymore to go back, because you'll start, at the moment I've got a lady that's about to join the business who is my husband Andrew's, a person he vaguely went to the reserve army with, and I've met once ever, somehow. I don't even know how I'm Facebook friends with her. But it also transpires that 10 years ago, she was at a birthday party that I delivered when I was doing birthday parties in my old job. And I'm like, and then it's brilliant, because then you can write to her and go, oh, this is amazing. There's 7 steps of separation. Somehow I know you through both this person and this person. Isn't that amazing? And then it's a great opener. So I met some people at a working event last week, 5 new people. I went home, tagged them all, and then loads of their friends liked it because it appeared on their Facebook friends. So then I went through all the people who liked the post, and then I looked at who they were and what mutual friends they had. And then I messaged them. I went, this is bizarre. You've just liked a post of mine about a person I just met, but you've got 2 other completely unrelated friends as well. How bizarre is that? And so then I'm suddenly friends with another new person. So I went to 1 networking event, met 5 new people. Off the back of that, I'm now friends with another 12 new people. My problem isn't keeping up with the people, isn't meeting new people. My problem is keeping up with the number of people, because when you meet 17 people in a day, it's hard to keep up with. So there are so many people out there, but don't think that you only have to worry about the people you already know. Think about, I'm going to meeting new people all the time through all these different methods, and I just need to basically connect with them. Every single time I meet a person, I'm going to be friendly. I'm going to be interested in them. I'm going to listen to their needs. I'm going to pick up on little things of interest, and then I'm going to make friends with them and say, are you on Facebook? This would be really amazing. We could connect. Or you sound really fun. Or I know someone that could really help you. Or I could help you with your business. So I do a lot of offering other people that I'll help them with their business. And I do a lot of promoting their business. So then I'm helping them, I'm being useful, I'm adding value. And that's what we do in this business. The more you add value to other people, the more they will want to be part of you, your network, and connect with you. So I've got a lady at the moment who's about to do 30 days and possibly come on board as an IC, who is the person who runs the cookery club for my children at school. And I've actually also nearly sponsored one of the women who works in her cookery club as well. So these are all people in the world that I didn't know before. And it's so much fun meeting them, because now I've got this new friend, and she's got 3 children my age, and she used to do this, and then it turned out she used to do Avon, and she's got really bad acne, and she's got really bad IBS. So we can help her in every possible way. And unless I had have messaged her, when I was messaging her about paying for my child's cookery club, I could have just paid for the cookery club, or I could have chatted with her and said, oh, is this just an independent thing you do? That's really interesting. Go you for setting up an independent business. What do you do? How long have you been doing it? Just chit chat on the text with a person I've never met before. because there was an opening and it turned out she's amazing. And so she's really fun, and we can connect, and hopefully she might join the business, which is really exciting. So I hope that's useful. It was one of my more rambly trainings, but yes, there we go. So essentially 550 million people, crack on and go and think of creative ways to meet them. And literally, if you go really like at this, it's not hard to meet 2 people a day. It's hard not to meet 2 people a day. Like if you are out there making friends, liking posts, being interested in people, sending them nice messages, speaking to them in real life. If you feel nervous speaking to them in real life, just practice a bit. And if you're really nervous about speaking to them in real life, do it on the computer, because that's kind of easier nowadays. So there we go. I hope that's been useful. Sorry it's a bit late and long, but I hope that was helpful for people anyway. And have a brilliant week. What's to know? So 24th of June is the start of the 8 to Be Great, isn't it? We're going to the Ritz with the new area managers on Wednesday of this week, which is super exciting. So massive congratulations to everyone who's coming. And all the rest of you, I just want you to know this business is phenomenal, okay? This is the best business at the best time. It's the most relevant business. And if you don't think that it's relevant, look at your Facebook feed, look at the television, look at the stuff that's going on, because there are umpteen more new companies trying to come into this market who are new. Why are we letting new people come in? Why are we not out there? No, they're putting all these sponsored posts all over my Facebook page for new vegan protein, for new toxin-free products, and I'm like, no, we need to be out there talking to people. So don't hold back sitting there thinking, oh shit, how am I going to speak to 2 people a day? It's like, go out there and speak to 100 people, put the poster up in your newsagent, put something on your local selling site, put it on your local whatever, because we need to be brave and bold and create momentum in this business, not sitting on our backsides going, it's a bit of a shame there's all these new people coming in, let's let somebody else buy their freaking vegan protein from somebody else. Like, that's totally ridiculous. Like, we've got an incredible product. We are entrepreneurs, business people, and that involves getting off your backside basically and going creating exposures for people, because there's a whole world out there and we don't need to worry about, come on somebody. I can't see what the chat says. Can I get a witness? Okay, so I know you're all more than capable of meeting or adding to your list 30, 40 new people this week that you didn't meet, like you didn't know today, by next week. That is completely easy. So just be broad-minded, look around you, look for people to speak to, because they're all out there. Next time you step out your front door, there's quite a lot of people in the street, there's quite a lot of people at the bus stop, there's quite a lot of people in the playground, there's quite a lot of people at the gym, and all we need to do is go, oh hi, it's a bit rainy today, isn't it? Or, you nearly finished on your shift? Oh, are you a bit tired out? Has it been busy today? I love your boots. They're just think of conversation openers to say to people. And if you can't, as I say, then either online or offline, just chat to people about life and make friendships and relationships, because it's so much fun. I started out with this business without 300 Facebook friends. Now I'm like pale into insignificance against Danny's 5,000 or whatever, but I've got like 2,000 Facebook friends or something. Like, most of them are genuine friends. I'm like, oh, it's amazing. So you're all incredible. Go out and smash it, and come back next week telling us how many hundreds of people that you've met, new people. And I'm super proud of you all. Well done, everybody. I'll look at the chat. If anyone wants to unmute, you can all go. Caroline, you're a loon. Right. Here we go. If not, feel free to go and enjoy your evening. And here we go. My daughter's come down. Am I using the laptop? Says my daughter. Any second. No, you can in 1 second.
Caroline, do you want to stop record?
Oh yeah, good thinking.
Amazing. Thank you.
Oh, hang on.